What is going on, everyone? My name is NZ Shade, and welcome to Gamedev Adventures. When I was a kid, some of my first games were adventure games. I must have played at least a dozen of Humongous Entertainment's adventure games for kids, like Pajama Sam and Freddy Fish. And I still have fond memories of those games to this day. As I got older, I tended to get into more other genres. I still enjoyed adventure games like Grim Fandango and I Have No Mouth, but they often felt frustrating and tedious. The sort of thing that I enjoyed from time to time, but didn't want to play that often. However, I recently played Day of the Tentacle, and found myself falling in love with the genre all over again. Day of the Tentacle does a lot of things well, but today I'm going to focus on what it does to keep the game from feeling frustrating and unfair. Everything from the way the characters talk, to the art style, to the layout of the map is designed to minimize the frustration that is often associated with the genre. I'm going to take a deep dive into the way the game works with specific examples, so yes, there's going to be a lot of spoilers. You have been warned. Adventure games have this problem because the gameplay is focused on figuring out exactly what the developer wants you to do next. There's usually only one solution, and most puzzles are not optional. This is compounded by the large and open world these games are usually set in. Due to these issues, it's no surprise that some puzzles, such as the mustache puzzle from Gabriel Knight 3, have developed a reputation for being almost impossible to solve. In Day of the Tentacle, characters speak in a very straightforward manner.
Yes, thank you, naive human. Now I can finish taking over the world.
This is part of the game's humor, but it also takes a lot of the guesswork out of the puzzles. For example, early in the game, one of your friends is stuck in a tree in the future. You need to get George Washington to chop down the tree in the past so it won't be there in the future. Still with me? Okay, good. When you ask him about it, he tells you that he only chops down cherry trees, like the fable that he's in. He explicitly tells you what needs to happen in this instance. Find me a cherry tree, and I'll chop it down. This, combined with the red paint you find, was enough to clue me into the solution of painting the fruits red to make them look like cherries, and then asking him to chop down the tree. At the time, I didn't even know why I needed to chop down the tree. By simply talking to him, though, I got enough information to figure out that this was something that I could do, and therefore I was able to progress the story forward. The game also uses its art style to eliminate confusion when it comes to which objects are in bounds and which ones are out of bounds. So let's take a look at this first room that the game drops you into. As you can see, there's various different objects littered all around the room, from this door to this bell, to this gum with a dime stuck in it, to this, welcome sign up here, and this no running with shoes sign over here. And what the game will do is it very clearly lets you know which objects are just for decorative purposes only, and which objects are actually in bounds for use in the game. So if you can see, this welcome sign does not, it doesn't have any sort of a blue name tag over it, whereas this door does. So that shows us that, we're never going to have to take this welcome sign off of the wall in order to use it for something. It's just there for decoration. Now, the things with the blue name tags we can interact with. So we can try opening this door, and he'll say,
"I'm not leaving this motel until I find those tentacles."
Right, so we can't use that now. And the thing that the game does really well is that it will show you very, very aggressively which objects are important, because, look at this hitbox right here. Look at how far away from the gum I can be, and it'll still register. And take a look at this grandfather clock over here. Look at how generous it's being with the hitboxes. This grandfather clock is one of the most important things in the early game. This is the thing that you actually have to use to go through and to get to the next part. And they make it very obvious that this is an important thing. It's the only thing moving in the entire room. And my mouse can be, a decent, foot, it seems, away from this grandfather clock, and it still registers. Like here. Look at this. Look at how far away I can be. The game's map is easy to get around, and helps make sure that you won't miss anything. The game is split into 3 time zones that you can switch between at will. All 3 maps together make for a fairly sizable world, but each map individually is small and easy to get around. The maps are also not set up linearly. They have a main hub area with various spokes going out in different directions, and there are loops that let you get somewhere in various ways. These loops let you get places quicker once you know the maps, but they also give you multiple pathways to discover a certain room in the first place. The game has one last safeguard to make sure you don't miss any rooms. Each time zone takes place in the same house and has the same pathways. For example, you can go through the chimney in order to get to the roof in all 3 time zones. This is easy to miss in the present and the past, but it's very obvious in the future. Once you go through the chimney in the future, it clues you into trying it in the 2 other time zones. This is on top of the fact that there are 2 pathways to get there, making a total of 6 different pathways to discover how to get onto the roof across all 3 time zones. I hope you enjoyed my breakdown of Day of the Tentacle's design. I post a video analyzing a new game every week, so consider subscribing for more content. Thanks for watching.